Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Reckless Paradise podcast. I am your host, Dystro, and tonight's episode is going to be a year in review. Let's just say that. This year has been having some ups and downs for a lot of people. Um, but mostly it's going to be a year in review for specifically me. Um, but I do want to thank you guys for listening to our episode tonight. Um, so let's just kind of get right on into it. Kind of going into January right now. With the year in review here. Um, it started off pretty good. Not gonna lie, it was just one of those, I guess, like, beginning of the year. It's usually like, okay, hard reset for a lot of people. And plus that's usually tax refund year or tax refund season. Um, and I've been doing a lot of things within the last 12 months. Like I've mentioned in the Shoot the Shit episode. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. I've been doing stuff like doing commentary for 585 Wrestling. I've been wrestling in CAW matches, and just been trying to, you know, do my thing. And just trying to, excuse me, just trying to, make myself better, as a whole. Um, Kind of going into February through May. This kind of just trying to, I guess, like I said, make myself better. Went through like a lot of different, I guess not stages, but just different, I guess, outlooks on life. Um, just kind of making some, I guess, decisions that I see in hindsight, kind of being better for myself. Um, I wasn't really focused on, finding love and all that stuff, like I've have before. But sometimes, you just gotta be like, you know what? Like, if love doesn't find you, it will find you eventually. Um, and I mean, like, that's been my huge mindset, my whole mindset going into, you know, February through May, because February is usually Valentine's Day, and all that stuff too. Um, and I've been just trying to physically be more better, as my MS has kind of I've been trying to like slow it down so it doesn't take over my whole life. Just been kind of doing that and just kind of keeping on that grind. Trying to be better physically, mentally, and spiritually and emotionally. Kind of went to some wrestling shows within the Florida area and all that stuff too. Um, but then we get to June. It's usually my time of the year that I get to go see my friend Marissa and the whole wide world. This time I kind of surprised her. I was just like, I had messaged her that morning of, and I was just like, yeah, it's like I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of stuff today, so it's like if I'm not near my phone, blah 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 blah, whatever. And I was on like a very very early flight to Plattsburgh, and drove an hour into Malone, or well, drove an hour to to see her, and her main squeeze right now. I kind of surprised both of them because I didn't tell them. I didn't tell neither of them I was coming. So it was a huge shock to them. which is, the element of surprise is usually, sometimes in my forte, just kind of depends on the, I guess the situation, if you want to call it that. Um, spent some time with her, trying to do stuff with her. I really had a very, very bad time, like sleeping, during my stay there. The first day when I was there, I had to sleep in Casey's room, on a reclining chair, which I didn't really feel comfortable in. Um, I mean, it's not their fault, but they were gonna try to get an air mattress for me, but they didn't really have that kind of money. Um, which, I mean, truth be told, I mean, I could have probably just bought one and we could have blown it up and I would have been fine. Um, but luckily enough, the next day we went into Malone and kind of just hung out around there for a while. Um, saw her dad again, which was actually kind of nice to see. Um, and then, kind of just didn't really have a good time spending the night on the floor in her place, because her floor is not very well good to sleep on. And it was just hard on my back and all that stuff. But it was actually kind of nice to see Tigger, her tabby cat, was sleeping with me, at my headrest and all that stuff, which was actually kind of nice. Um, and then, when I was coming back from that vacation, my car had broke down, because the thermostat into it just decided to go just shoot itself, and kind of just caused us some problems. Um, and I just, I mean, we've had that car for a while, so it was bound to do that at some point. Um, and we ended up getting a newer vehicle because of that, and we've actually had that vehicle for a good while now. I am so sorry that I keep yawning. It's just I don't know why I'm just yawning so much. And then going into July through October, really nothing kind of stood out as part of that. Um, I had gotten a new boss at that time, because my former one, had gotten demoted. I mean, to no fault of his own, it's just because the upper management just didn't really properly give him the proper training, but that's whatever. And then October comes around, Halloween time and also not really much to do with that either. Just been trying to watch some wrestling shows on my own time. Um, been playing the new 2K 2025, video game since it came out in March, of this year. Just been doing my thing with that. Been trying to do some more stuff uh within the CAW community, because I know in August I was part of Havoc, and then branching out into other avenues and all that stuff. I know during, I think it was either August or September, I became the lead and solo commentator of 585 Wrestling. Um, and that's been kind of like my job description within 585 Wrestling for right now. I've been wrestling here and there, at Blood, Guts, and Anarchy, earlier, I think either this month or last month. I had wrestled Elijah Knight in a match and all that stuff, which I won. Um, but then, you kind of go into November and December, last 2 months of this year. Um, And Thanksgiving was actually kind of interesting because it was just me, my mom, and my pops for Thanksgiving this year. Didn't really do a big, huge Thanksgiving at all. Uh, which, truth be honest with you, if you have like just three people, you don't really have to do very much. But I'm always grateful for my mom's cooking because, mom's cooking is always usually the best cooking. Um, but when we go into December, this month, the current month that we're in, there was a lot of stuff that went down within this month. I got to go to the Nick Gage Invitational 10 this year. This is my second time in a row going to it. Last year I went to it with my boss Andy, and we had a good time, but we had to kind of cut it short because the next day he had to work, and I was like, all right, well, it was fun while it lasted. And then this year, when I went to go to the 10th event this year, I stayed throughout the whole thing. Got to see my man Bear Bronson win it, because he freaking deserves it. And then going into my birthday month and Christmas as well. I turned 27 this month this year. Um, I'm still kind of not feeling it yet. I feel like I'm like younger than I should be. I don't know why I feel like that. Um, Also, I mean, I did get like a note from Marissa saying like, my bestest friend of 4 years. We've been together as friends for 4 years. Jesus Christ. And I'm always grateful that I have her in my life, bar none, because I don't think this podcast would even happen without her. Um, Let alone having her help me with episode ideas and podcast ideas and just doing anything. Help. She is helping me produce this. She's always there for me if I need to ask her any questions about anything. But she always just lets me take the reins and do my own thing, which I'm always grateful for. Sorry, Jesus Christ. I'm always grateful for her, being there by my side, for the past 4 years. Um, and, uh, and then, going into Christmas, which we are at currently right now as I'm recording this video, or recording this episode, I should say. Hopefully you guys had a good Christmas this year. Hopefully, um, you guys got all the presents that you really, really wanted. And I will say this now, my YouTube channel, my gaming YouTube channel, has officially hit 1,600 subscribers, which that was my main goal from last year going into this year. Had a really rocky start at the beginning of this year. Kind of just trying to put some things, throw things at the wall to see if it would stick. Gaming content is usually my main focus. But if I see like a TikTok meme of any sort, or like that's wrestling related, I feel like I always put it on my channel. I mean, even though it's not really gaming things, it's still wrestling stuff because I always have either 2K content or GTA content or anything that's wrestling meme content on my channel. And the short, the YouTube short, that got us over the edge, was the biggest YouTube viewed short that I've had on my channel within the past, I think, year or two, which is freaking insane. to say that. But I could not thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for getting me to 1,600 subscribers, and we are already kind of getting to 1,650 at this current time. I think I'm at 1,624 right now in subscribers, and we're still continuing to grow. Which I mean, truth be told, like I would not be surprised if we made it to 1,700 by the beginning or the middle of this next year. Um, because 2026 is rapidly approaching our front door. So, hopefully we are, physically prepared for 2026, mentally prepared for 2026 as well. Um, and I think I will end that episode here on that note. Um, we at the Reckless Paradise podcast, we do really, really, really appreciate you guys for sticking with us throughout this whole podcast journey. Started 3 years ago, 2022, all the way to 2025. It's been a hell of a ride as of late. The podcast will never die unless, I decide to take a step back and just kind of focus on my own stuff right now, which will still be happening, but that's neither here nor there. Um, there will still be shoot the shit episodes. There will still be random ranking episodes. There will still be all the episodes that we've had in the past 3 years, still coming out, producing content. Um, but this was the final podcast episode of this year. Um, and I mean, what a way to end off the end of this year, with a recap of the year 2025. And I mean, it's been a hell of a ride. It's been a hell of a ride. Like I've said at the beginning, like many ups and downs between both myself and Marissa, personally. And we could not thank you guys, for, letting us into your homes, letting us into your lives, letting us, just shoot the shit, no pun intended, but shoot the shit with you guys and just be real. And we do really, really appreciate you guys for that. But if you have made it to the end of this video, please make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on all social media links in the description below, which will take you to our Linktree page, which will take you to our Instagram pages, Twitter pages, my podcast, the podcast Reddit page is on there. My gaming YouTube channel, like I mentioned, is on there. On the road to 1,700 subscribers right now. And tonight's song is going to be Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. That song is very, very synonymous with both me and Marissa for, I guess, probably different reasons. But it is a classic nonetheless from Steve the Miller Band. I think there is a music video for it. I don't really know. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys had a very good 2025, and I will see you in 2026. Peace.